Hey guys, welcome back to the Pucker Reborn channel. We are checking out the latest at Blog 138 from Overhyped Studios, Battle Brothers, Blazing Deserts DLC, more smaller things at that. Now this is going to be a bigger thing, actually. I love, they're giving us so much. I can't believe how big this DLC is actually going to be. It says smaller things, but these are actually pretty decent size updates for us, so buckle up for that. Of course, in the description below, it's going to have the timestamps of everything from just the reading and then also my opinion on each individual thing. So check that out. One other thing, too, is if you are interested in Battle Brothers content, I highly suggest checking out the channel. If you want to subscribe, of course, I highly suggest that as well for the early access giveaway stuff. I'll give more details on that at the end. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Even though the Corona situation has been and still is negatively affecting our schedule, we're making steady progress every week. There are signs of normalcy on the horizon regarding the reopening of schools and daycare, so here's hoping our productivity will also soon normalize again. In the meantime, we'll take another look at several small additions coming with the next update. Read on. Oh, gotta get a breather here. Alright, a new banner. As a thank you for your continued patience and because of having guided light in dark times seems fitting, we'll include a new player banner in the free 1.4 update. Hooray! Hurrah! But yeah, what a beautiful, definitely a beautiful thing that we're getting for free here. This is really cool. Again, we'll go over it in a second here, but more champions. The Blazing Deserts DLC will introduce a variety of new human opponents. Several of these you can also face as more dangerous champions, like famed gladiators, nomad princes, and southern officers of great renown. The screenshot below showcases some of the new named gear that these guys may carry. Oh my gosh, Gold Heaven better. We've also made more existing opponents into champions. For example, if you've ever wanted to fight a particular powerful necromancer with an illustrious name like the Puppeteer or the King of Worms, who is carrying a unique loot, which is interesting, you'll soon be able to. And if you hire a bounty hunter as part of your retinue of non-combat followers, you'll earn additional bounties for hunting down champions such as these and find them more easily and more frequently. New treasure items. In order to make fighting beasts, and particularly those of powerful and dangerous variety, more rewarding, we're introducing several new treasure items. These are not for crafting, but only for selling. For example, a hex may now leave you a valuable jade brooch, apparently, brooch, as you hasten her departure from this world, while an unhold may have crushed and mashed any valuables that they found into a handy twisted ball. Hence this guy right here, which you can loot and sell. That is just amazing. All right, and then I think this is final. Yep, and then the final piece here: new settlement situations. The southern city-states come with a selection of their own settlement situations. For example, a city may hold slave auctions and significantly increases the availability of slaves. Sandstorms may temporarily limit the availability of goods transported by caravans, and bread and games will mean lots of activity. Wait, more what? Yeah, okay. I thought I read that wrong. Anyways, lots of activity in the local area and increased availability of gladiators for hire. Other situations like slave revolts are directly linked to contracts, and completing them will resolve this situation for the city, and in this case, make slaves available again for purchase. Look at this, guys. Might be telling. Northern settlements also get a few new situations, mostly to do with trade and ceremonial season. In a northern town with a temple means increased prices for incense and thus lucrative trading opportunities. Finally, tavern rumors now include hints of settlement situations of nearby villages and towns, and less favor responses so that you get a better idea of trading, recruiting, and work opportunities nearby. For example, if you're set on a hunting unholds to wear their furs as cloaks, tavern rumors can now point you to villages where giant creatures have been sighted. Okay, so with that all out of the way, there's a lot here, and knowing my channel, you guys already know I'm going to blow this up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit of a bigger deal. So let's start with a new banner, right? So this is just, I just want to thank Overhyped Studios, of course, for this. I appreciate this. This is really cool. This didn't have to be a part of this. But one thing I love about it is when I look at this, the first thing I think of is like Skaven. I don't know if it's like the green, I don't know, warp stone type stuff going on in the back here, and of course the lantern. But if we're really dialing into the picture here, it's beautiful. I mean, I'm trying to think of the house. There's a few houses that wear this red, and it's a hedge knight holding a lantern through what looks like acid rain. And of course the skulls. It's just a beautiful rendition. It fits the Battle Brother mold. Plus, the one thing that I really love about this is they didn't condense this whole picture here into a shield. You know, just looking at it, it's a lantern with the light beaming out. It just looks cool. I think on your brothers, it would look really cool, especially if you kill a bunch of lindworms and just kind of keep up that green theme. And we all know that the best armor, I can't remember what it's called. Well, it's a famed armor, which changes, but it's that green armor. So you throw the green armor with this lindworm scales, and you do something with the helm, or just like a red soldier. Like you could have all red. The sellsword armor, of course, is red, and then get that the house that has the red on top. It's gonna look just beautiful. That would be really cool. I think that was, that's probably the idea of this, honestly. I'm like talking it out. Okay, now this is the biggest one right here. Or, well, yeah, I don't know. This could be this is one of the biggest things in this thing. So this is just pretty much showing us what the different enemies, the new enemies that we'll be facing, the new weapons that we'll be facing. And so really what's cool here, you have the Shamshir down here. You have the Scrimmasax. Shamshir, yep, Scrimmasax, I'm pretty sure. This is the new Quaedal Dagger. You got the spear. We've seen this one plenty of times in the past. And then, of course, we don't know exactly what the sword is here, but it is going to be a different rendition of the sword. And I think they're still coming out with another, if I'm correct, I think they're coming out with another weapons thing. They have yet to release, though, another dev blog that's going to talk about weapons. I'm almost 100% on that because, man, I got to go back and look at that. But either way, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be an update that shows this sword. I don't think that came up yet. This is that, it's kind of like, I don't want to say, it's not Golden Dag, but we did go over this. It can stun guys from 2 tiles away, so that's beautiful. Now, if you all know me, like I said like I've talked about in the past, my favorite color is green and gold. Gold in general. Gold in general is just gorgeous. So for me, I'm looking at this and I just think, holy crap. Now, admittedly, I did look at Good Talk Gaming. He ended up doing a video earlier this morning, of course, and he brought up some great points and stuff, talking about the armor. And just like really, it's kind of a lack of armor, but the head piece is very, very, very stout. It's very noticeable, right? I think this is absolutely just gorgeous. So I think what's really cool about this could be lighter armor. One thing that I've kind of gleaned from just the thought process on that is really this could be just like light armor for archers, right? Or a nimble brother. This is probably a great nimble build that you can make. The helmet itself probably is showcasing that as well. It could be more of a nimble. Now, in terms of how far you can see, I doubt that you're able to see as much. This would be probably more efficient for archers, maybe one less range. Obviously, the eyes are more exposed, but like this is probably more of their hedge knight look, as well as these gladiators up here is more of the hedge knight type look, and plus the armor as well. But yeah, so I'm trying to think. Besides that, the shield, this is kind of, we didn't get to see the shield up close, at least on the brothers. So this might change my opinion a little bit, but they did state that the shields are going to be working a little bit different than the other shields. They're going to have different variety of stats to fit that culture. And they still haven't come out and said what that was, so I'm curious how that's going to be. Now, like I said in my previous video, usually their shields were a little smaller and more for the quick dodge and stuff, the quick breaking of like arrows and so on coming at them, or just a quick counter attack. So maybe there is some kind of new mechanic that follows suit with that. But yeah, really cool. Overall, it's just an amazing, beautiful piece. The fact that there's the famed items on top of famed gear is just, I don't even know. That's pretty sweet. Now, moving on from that, moving into the next portion of that is the difference in champions. Being able to face more champions. That's one thing I've always felt like we really missed in this game. I want more champions, and personally, to find them a little bit early on would be even cooler. They don't have to be as decked out, but it makes sense if they are. Let's see, and what we face as well. The Necromancer itself, that is insane. I always loved killing Necromancers, especially early game, or not even early game, it could be mid game into the late, for just their armor being so efficient on archers or nimble or more nimble builds. It's perfect because their armor, what is it, it's 60 at 4 fatigue. Like, come on guys, that's amazing. And then you can add something to it, give a brother a good helmet, and if you go for that nimble build, it really is the most efficient way. Highly suggest that in when you're doing your runs and stuff, of course. But I can't wait to see how that kind of rendition falls in. And I imagine that in terms of your famed gear, it's probably going to be a famed hood. Who knows what it is? I was thinking it could be like a skin hood. It's almost supposed to mimic the Davcool thing, or like a crown of bones or something. I don't know. But you got to imagine there's going to be something like that. I don't know what it would be, but I think it'd be more focused on the armor than it would be on the weapons, because really, they get daggers. Maybe they end up with a Quaedal dagger. I don't know. That's a possibility, but really, whenever you face them, it's always like a cleaver or a dagger. And I don't know. We'll have to see how that falls through, but this is definitely going to be, in my playthroughs, this is going to be a huge part of this. I want bounty hunters. I want famed gear. Famed gear is the way for the ultra late game. If you're an ultra late builder, this is what you want. This is what us as gamers in Battle Brothers want, is that ultra late. Some people just go for the end game stuff, and or not the end game stuff, but like the crises, and then you call it at that point. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, but this will give you a better chance to get those items sooner. So I can't say enough. That's actually a really big change if you think about it. Now, the other part too, the final thing I want to say about it is, we don't know. We added more existing opponents to champions. What does that mean? You know, what other champions are we missing? You know, I'm just trying to think. The only other thing would be like Beast, for instance. Beast would be a big thing to take on. You know, I play a lot of Legends mod. People who are already subbed to this channel know that the channel has really built itself on the Legends mod front, which I want to be able to change to be able to work to both tiers of crowds. But really, they've got like the white dire wolf, they've got the redback spider, they've got the they don't have they have a rock on hold. That's right. Jeez, I can't believe I forgot that. But either way, guys, there's a lot of different renditions, and I think it'd be really cool to see that be implemented, but I don't know how it would be, how they do it. It'd have to be in Beast and Explorations too. So the next thing, and no, not second to final. Here we go. I'm already blowing time here. New treasure items. This is just sweet. It's just a cool. It's just cool that they added this. It's more. Like, one of the things I love doing is I like facing the northern men, even just the little scrum diddly guys, the little guys. I'm trying to think what they're called. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. But anyways, just the barbarians, the general barbarians, not the reavers. You know, they come with their little trinkets, and I love facing them for that simple reason that you get the artifacts, the toys or whatever, the kid toys. The figurines. That's what it is. So you get the figurines, and I love facing that because then it's a little more income. But this is just great. You face an unhold, you come out with this ball of valuables. You got what I'd assume is Kraken eggs is what that would be to me. It's the only thing in the swamp, or what would be eggs, I'd assume would be this. This to me is a Lindworm scale. It's pretty much the same picture, just Lindworm. Now this is the other thing that's changed my perception. When I first saw this, I was thinking this was going to be something you can craft before I even read it. And man, that stinks, because imagine if you came across a rainbow-esque looking Lindworm. It might seem a little crazy, and I get that, but let's just say you could use that armor and it gives you an extra 10. It could give you 10 more armor, right? Because you have it. Plus, it'd look unique as hell. That'd be great. But either way, you sell it. This has got to be Lindworm. I'd assume it's Lindworm scales. Next thing, of course, the Afrit. Somebody told me how to say this, but it's the Afrit. It's not Ifrit or Ifrit. I thought that's how you say it, but it's Ifrit. So the Ifrit, this is definitely rock. It looks like some possible gold or something in there. And then you have, of course, this right here reminded me initially of the monolith. And then, of course, a jewel. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just some dragon glass from the north. No, it'd be, or what is that? That's Game of Thrones, the dragon glass. And then finally, what you'd assume would be with a Hexen. So very cool. It's just extra income. I think that's great. Let's get into the last thing here. New settlement situations. So I paused in the middle of reading this because of this picture right here. I don't know. No idea. Pure speculation. But I bet you the next beast that they come out with is going to be whatever this is. It's going to be a snake. It looks like a snake. I don't think it's going to be a Lindworm. But this, you do not put... There's nothing in this game... There's nothing in this game in terms of a perk-looking thing that is not in the game already, or not a part of the game. If you can think of something like a beast of some sort that's not in the game that isn't in this, I'm telling you guys, this is a sneak peek. It's stuck in my head. It's got to be a sneak peek of another beast that we're going to find out in the desert, because there's nothing else like it. So guys, stay tuned for that. That's going to be amazing. But here's my main thing with this. This is great. It's, again, more flavor. This is such a game-changing thing. You're talking about going into a city and something going on like the Davcool. There's a procession of Davcool whatever, or there's a tournament going on and so on. So you go to the taverns and you see, hey, you know, there's famed items and so on here and there, but now there's more flavor to that. You're not throwing crowns here and there. It's the fact that there's more going on in the world of Battle Brothers, and it's going to be a constant, never-changing world, especially with the end game stuff going on. What do we call it? The crisis. Because they're adding another crisis. We're going to be able to see that crisis. We're going to have another. I'm sure a dev blog simply put on the crisis side of things. This is not a smaller thing. I just don't think it is, and I love that there's just more. The world is alive, guys. You just put this all together in context with the stuff that's already been announced. It's absolutely beautiful. So this might be the biggest thing at the end of it all, but they've added so much. So yeah, so that's going to be about it here for the dev blog thing. The only thing I'm going to say now is just getting to the end of, if you are a subscriber, this is the part where I talk about the subscribing stuff. So if you're done, thanks for coming to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. But if not, if you are wondering about the subscribing stuff, guys, the real thing that I want is I'd love to have you guys check out the channel. If it's something you like, I highly suggest subscribing, especially for that early access content that's going to be coming out. I don't know when it's going to. They haven't said anything, so we'll just leave it be. However long it takes, I'm just going to keep doing Battle Brother videos until then. But besides that, guys, I'm going to be giving away 3 copies of the DLC when we come out of early access. And then that'll be to some subscribers. I would really like to hear from you guys. If you're interested in it, please let me know. That gives me a better idea to write you down or something. The other thing too is once we get to 300 subscribers, I will be giving away the whole game, okay, to one of the subscribers out there who does not have the game and really wants it. Whatever the case is, guys, all I'm asking is just to, just to chat with me. Let me know what you guys are thinking. If you're enjoying the content, let me know. It's my best. It's the best way for me to continue working things around, and I love getting your guys' feedback for new gameplay and so on. It's pretty much it's really my favorite thing, because I love, like in the Legends mod, there's so many ways to build your brothers, and I've let other people have the reins and make their character however they want. And it's just an exciting thing, and it's a challenge for me too. And it's changed my perceptions on different ways to play the game as well. So yeah. So with that being said, guys, thanks again for coming out to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.